Yo, what is up YouTube? And today we're going to be talking about the new Fire Ranger unit Nahkwol and the big outrage about her. Now, at first glance, including myself, everyone thought that she was super strong, borderline broken, and will be breaking the game, and a lot of people were saying, oh, they're going to quit the game and stuff like that. But if we actually look at her in practice, she's actually not as strong as you think. Now, this unit is super annoying still because, like Lua, she has that S3, which will dispel all buffs before inflicting bind and also increase skill cooldowns, and also give her an extra turn, and you can actually soul burn this to actually ignore effect resist, so you don't even need effectiveness on her if you bring a mage with Toggle Hells. And she also has an S2 that can seal the enemy, and her S1 is like Angel of Light, where she'll be silencing and pushing back CR. Now, a lot of people were saying this is a attack skill on her S3, so you can't even counter it with like Politis and like Celine. But because it is an attack skill, like, you're gonna get countered by ice units, right? If you miss against ice units that are very powerful, even stuff like Karina can cut you still with her S2 because your bind has a 50% chance, even if you soul burn it, and you can still lose pretty easily. Also, if you look at the meta openers, we have Peyra, Ran, and Lua. They will all outspeed Nahkwol. So Peyra's base speed is 128, Nahkwol's is 115. We have Rans, who's at 129, and Lua, who is at 120. Even Conquerlius is going to be at 121, so they're all faster than Nahkwol, and all of these openers are very common currently. So you're going to still struggle trying to outspeed people, even if you have really good speed gear, unless you actually outgear the opponent, in which case you're probably going to win the game anyways with a different draft. If you do actually end up outspeeding these units though, these units are all ice, so you can actually still miss with your S3 and your S2, right? I think she's very good as a unit against slow teams. She will counter teams that don't have any speed openers, which is what I think is her biggest problem, right? If you're playing Epic 7 trying to climb RTA and you don't have a speed opener, same thing with Lua. If you actually get outsped by Lua and Nahkwol, you'll actually have a very low chance to win because their S3s are so strong. And their biggest weakness is that their base speed is low, right? So if you don't have anything to speed contest like a Peyra or Ran or Conquerlius build, you might be in a bit of trouble. With Lua, there was a little bit more counterplay because you can use like Celine and stuff like that, and the Ancient Dragon Legacy artifact to actually counter it with like Fire Ilias. With Nahkwol, there's a little bit less counterplay, I'd say, but her speed is a bit lower, so you can actually outspeed her more easily. And as always, you can always pick ice units into her and she'll do fine. Still think she's a pretty powerful unit, but I don't think she's nearly as strong as people thought, including myself, because yeah, on paper, having a attack S3 that is like this will be very powerful against like Politis and Green Celine and stuff like that. But keep in mind, she's a fire unit. If she was an ML unit, she would be extremely broken, and if her base speed was a little bit higher, she'd be extremely broken as well. But because she's not ML and her base speed is low, there is going to be counterplay for most players. I think the biggest problem with Nahkwol is that, yeah, if you don't have any speed gear units built, similar to how Lua works, you're going to have to spend your ban and RTA on Nahkwol and Lua, and until you get to Masters, keep in mind you only get one pre-ban, so you're going to have to ban either Lua or Nahkwol. Most likely going to be Lua because I think Lua is still better. She's actually just like a counter to Nahkwol, even if they fit the same role. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. It's just gonna punish players who don't have speed gear, which is a big problem. I think Smilegate should be rewarding players that don't have a lot of speed gear, because most players that play Epic 7 don't really have crazy speed gear to get like 310 speed units. So I don't know why they're pushing for a speed meta still. Right now the meta is super speed focused because you have units like Strays, ML Leica that can punish you very hard, and now we have another speed opener, so yeah, pretty weird. I think the only thing that actually lived up to the standards for Nahkwol are probably her big ass thighs, to be honest, because her kit, even though it sounds super strong on paper, in practice is not that good, like I said. And yeah, her design is still amazing though, so I still will definitely use her, but personally, I don't think it's really worth moving your best speed gear to her. This is kind of like my best speed gear. If I put this speed gear on like someone else, you can get to like Peyra, for example, I can get to 310 speed very easily. But overall, I think it's not really worth putting your best speed gear on her, because you want to probably keep her at like 280, 290 speed, maybe 270, and just use her as a counter or a unit into slower teams. But you can see my 294 speed Nahkwol, if I put this gear onto my Peyra, she's going to be at 311 speeds. So yeah, just way better of an opener if I put this on Peyra, and there's no way for a Nahkwol with similar gear quality. Even if my Nahkwol had a lot better gear, my Peyra would still outspeed her super easily. So yeah, you can kind of see why she is kind of bad into speed units, and that's kind of like her only counter, which is going to be hard for newer players. But yeah, I think she's pretty cool. If you guys do decide to build her, she's very fun to use. You want to use her on Guiding Light because yeah, it'll give her more survivability, And of course, you want to build her as fast as you can with an HP or health main stat necklace, and either a health or effectiveness ring. It's really up to you, because if you do plan to only use her in Guild Wars offense and arena offense with a book holder, you actually don't need too much effectiveness, because you can always soul burn your S3, and units you're sealing usually with your S2 will probably not have that high of effect resist, such as like ML Landies and stuff like that, and Edward Elrics. So yeah, you don't really need effectiveness, but I like to have it because I do like to use her in RTA. Speed set's going to be your best, right? And you know, with speed and some effectiveness, you definitely are going to want some bulk as well. And yeah, obviously the secondary set's really up to you. You can go effectiveness like I did. You can go immunity. You can go health set, defense set. Really up to you, really, on how you want to build her. I think this unit definitely overhyped. She's still very good. I don't think she's a must pull though, because of the fact that she does have a lot of counters, and you do need really good speed gear for her to work. But I still recommend pulling for her because of her design, especially if you're a fan of her artwork. And yeah, she's just fun to play, so definitely a recommendation for me. Her artifact, Elegia Candle, I think it's pronounced like that. It's okay. It's a defense break chance, similar to Miss Confile, but it worked on AoE. But the thing is, you know, this artifact can be used on a lot of rangers, to be honest, such as like Green Landy for PvE. You can use this on something like SSB, but I don't think this is going to be that powerful for PvP, except for cleavers, because Guiding Light is just the safest choice. And if you're cleaving and you're guaranteeing first turn, then maybe it's going to be good. But overall, I think this artifact might be good to get one copy of, but after that, not really like an artifact that's super broken, because yeah, we always have Guiding Light, which is going to be probably the best ranger artifact for a long time, unless there are more stealth counters in the game. That's pretty much it for this video though, guys. Just wanted to let you guys know, what this unit is all about. I think she's very good, but very overhyped. PvE, she doesn't really have any use. For PvP, she's very good for arena offense and Guild Wars offense for cleavers. And in RTA, she is a decent pick, but there are a lot of counters to her, especially in the higher ranks where people are going to have, fast Payras, fast Rans, fast Luas, fast Conquerliuses, and you can't like ban everything. So you have to keep that in mind. That being said, that's pretty much it for this video, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.